Hey guys, welcome to this new episode of Lenses for Astrophotography. Today I really wanted to talk about a lens that I've been meaning to do a review for quite some time now, and we'll be talking about the almighty Sigma 50mm f1.4 Art. It's one of the lenses from the Art series, so it's supposed to be good. I've been using this lens for quite some time now for astrophotography, and we'll be reviewing today exclusively the cons and the pros of this lens for astrophotography only. Now, without being biased, because I've used other 50mm, I can tell you that this one is my go-to lens. I use it pretty much for everything in astrophotography, so whether it's time-lapse, single astrophotos, or even panoramas, this lens can pretty much do anything. All right, let's see what this lens is all about. The Sigma 50mm f1.4 DG is a lens of the Sigma Art series released in 2014. Right out of the box, I was amazed by its build quality. This is quite a heavy piece of glass, around 800 grams, but packs some awesome optics in there. The maximum aperture is a very fast 1.4, so theoretically perfect for astrophotography. The focus ring is relatively tight and smooth, enabling you to focus quickly with precision, but without it budging. The autofocus is quite smooth and fast as well, but for astrophotography, we'll just leave it on manual focus. Its price is around $950 US, so it's more expensive than the Samyang 50mm f1.4, but $600 cheaper than the lenses like Canon 50mm f1.2 or Sony Zeiss 50 f1.4. The Sigma seems to be very appropriate for astrophotography right out of the box, but let's look at its performances in the field. I am on my patio right now, and I have the Canon 6D. I'm just taking some sample shots of the Milky Way and the stars above. Unfortunately, around me, there's a lot of light pollution, as you can see right from a patio where I live in France. Next to Geneva, and Geneva also has a lot of light pollution, but nonetheless I'm trying to shoot. You can still see the Milky Way right up there with Cygnus. Alright, so I'll be shooting at different settings, the first one being f1.4, then f1.8, f2.2, f2.5, f2.8, f3.5 to show you the difference in different components like sharpness, coma, aberration, vignetting across these different f numbers. And here we go. At maximum aperture, the overall sharpness is very good, and this is where the Art series' legendary sharpness does its magic. Stop down a bit over a full stop and the overall sharpness becomes excellent. At f2.8, the overall sharpness reaches its max throughout the frame and is quite impressive. In the center, maximum sharpness is obtained around f2 or f2.2, but even at f1.4 is absolutely unprecedented. In the top left corner, there is a small loss in sharpness under f2.2, and there is a sharpness gap between f1.8 and f2.2. Stop down 2 full stops to suppress this completely. In the top right corner, we observe the same phenomenon. The sharpness of this lens from center to corners is overall very impressive, maybe just under that of the new Sigma 14mm f1.4. Wide open, I have no hesitation recommending it for time-lapse shooting, and if you want absolute sharpness for still shots, stop down to 2.2 or even better f2.8 if you possess a camera that can handle high ISOs or a tracker. Astigmatism is the optical phenomenon, part of what's called aberration, causing the stars to look like weird spherical crosses. In the center, there's absolutely no astigmatism to be seen across all different f numbers. In the corners though, wide apertures present some astigmatism. It is partially removed by f2.2, where it's barely visible anymore, and completely gone by f2.8. This problem seems to be heavier in the top corners and less in the bottom ones, according to these samples. Now it depends on your acceptance threshold for astigmatism, but I would personally say that even at f1.4 it's not that heavy when you don't zoom in. I have come across other 50mm lenses, for example Canon 50mm f1.2, where the image was unusable until f3.2, like here in this image. For the Sigma lens, the extreme sharpness even at wide apertures kind of cancel out the effects of astigmatism because the stars are pinpoint even in the corners. I personally hate astigmatism, but I have shot a lot of time lapses at f1.4 and f1.8 and it never really bothered me. Having more performant cameras now, I usually shoot time lapses at f2.2 as minimum f-stop to get me very clean shots. Good news, there's absolutely no elongated stars to be seen in the corners, so no coma. Chromatic aberration is a color issue of the lens. It causes an oversaturated halo around bright objects called fringing. In the center at f1.4, the chromatic aberration is present but not very heavy. It's removed at 75% by stopping down to f2.2 and removed completely by f2.5. In our corners at f1.4 it's a bit heavier. It's removed at 50% by stopping down to f2.2 and removed completely by f2.8. There's a bit of vignette at maximum aperture, but it's really not that heavy and it's certainly easy to mediate in post-process. There's no weird color or that much extra noise when you correct it by increasing the shadows in post-process, so it's rather good news. The vignette seems to be completely gone by f2.5. Finally, there is some spherical distortion when the lens is wide open and up until f2, but it seems to be completely removed by f2.2 or f2.5. The overall results for this lens are absolutely unprecedented for astrophotography. It is super sharp from corner to corner, even at f1.4 overall, and if you stop down to f2.8 you get maximum sharpness. I assure you that if you're tracking the sky, for example, you get absolute sharpness by f2.8. And for time-lapse, I recommend f2.2 if you want the best sharpness for the light. The coma is inexistent. The chromatic aberration is removed by f2.5 and is very slight. And the distortion is also very slight and improved by f2.5. And the main thing that you guys might be concerned about is the astigmatism. And there is some astigmatism, that's true, at f1.4. The stars look like little crosses there. But still, overall, I think if you're not zooming in, if you're just taking a time lapse, it's very usable. And it's almost completely removed by f2.2. And to get pinpoint stars from center to corners, stop down by f2.8. As a conclusion, this is the best 50mm lens on the market that I have ever tested. But if you're not convinced yet, I will put next some of the samples, whether it's stills, panoramas, or a bit of time-lapse as well, so you guys can see what this lens can do. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was useful to you guys and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, so hit that button, and also gave this video a thumbs up as well as comments in the section below. In the meantime, I wish you guys clear skies. Bye bye.